Hey guys, we're going to do Wednesday's DMR. So we're going to start with number 1. It says select all the numbers that are prime. So prime numbers are numbers that only have the factors 1 and itself. Okay, whereas a composite number is a number that has more than 2 factors, so more than 1 times itself. So we're looking for the prime ones. I'm going to start with the composite just so you can see a non-example. So 21 is composite because it can be made with 1 times 21 and 3 times 7. So when we're talking about factors, we're talking about these numbers that are multiplying together. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4 factors. So that's why that's composite. A prime number only has the 2 factors 1 times itself. So I'm going to just go ahead and tell you that 31 is prime and 71 is prime. So a couple ways that you can figure that out. One, you could use your prime composite chart. You can Google a prime and composite chart, hit enter and select the images, and you'll get the prime and composite chart examples like the ones that we made in class. So that'll be better for you if you need that. You can also use your calculator, which I didn't let you use during the school year to figure it out. But for example, 31, you could divide 31 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And if every time that you divide it, you get a decimal like 7.654, then it doesn't divide evenly. And what you'll find out is the only 2 factors that make 31 are 1 times 31. And same with 71. Every time you divide it, you'll get a decimal. So 81, we've got 1 times 81 and 9 times 9. So there are 3 different factors, the number 1, the number 81, and the number 9. So that's composite. It has more than 2. Okay? All right, let's move on to number 2. So we're going to do a word problem that has a variable in it. Remember, a variable is a letter or a symbol that represents an unknown number. So Michelle has 3 more marbles than 4 times the number of marbles her friend has. Using M for the number of marbles belonging to Michelle's friend, which expression gives the number of marbles that Michelle owns? So Michelle has 3 more. I'm going to put a plus there because I'm assuming that's addition. 3 more than 4 times. So it looks like Michelle has 4 times her friend and then add 3 more. Okay, I want you to look at the answer choices. M is going to be the number for Michelle's friend. Okay. Michelle has 3 more marbles than 4 times the number of marbles her friend has. Okay, this right here means 3 times, so 3M really means 3 times M, or you see 4M, that really means 4 times M. Remember how we talked about you could see a number and a variable side by side, and that's just another way to represent multiplication. So this says 3 times a number plus 4 when it's supposed to be plus 3. So I'm not going to go with that. And then this one says you add 3 and 4 and then you multiply that by M. But it says 4 times the number. So we know we need something similar to times 4. Okay, so that one's not going to be it. Okay, now you're down to your last 2. I figured it out. So it says Michelle has 3 more marbles than 4 times the number of her friend. So what we need to do is we need to do 4 times Michelle and then we need to add 3 more. Do you see an expression similar to that? If you said D, then I am with you. The reason why A doesn't work is because when you're doing order of operations, which we haven't learned yet, when you add things in the parentheses, you have to do that first, and then you would multiply by 4. It doesn't say add 3 and then multiply by 4. It says she has 4 times the number of marbles of her friend, and then you have 3 more than that. So that's why that one works. A little tricky there. That one's tough. That's more of an algebra problem. But good job thinking about that one with me. All right, number 3, word problem. If you have a calculator and you need it, pull it out. Alex made $1,420 over the summer cutting grass. He spent $823 of that amount, and then he split the rest between 4 of his friends. Wow, what a generous person. How much money did each of his friends get? Okay, so this is a multi-step problem. Alex makes money over the summer, and then he spends some. So let's start with step 1. If you spend your money, what operation is that? If you said subtraction, you are correct. So we're going to subtract what he spent. And just for time's sake, I am going to use the calculator today since I'm making this in the evening. So 1,420 minus 823. So that means he has $597 left. Okay? Of course, you know that's an answer choice, but we're not done because the next part says, this is part 2 right here. That was part 1. Part 2 says, then he split the rest between 4 of his friends. How much money did each of his friends get? Okay? So what we need to do, and I'm going to divide this out. We're going to take 597 and we're going to divide it between his 4 friends. Are you with me? 4 can go into 5 one time. 5 minus 4 is 1. We're going to bring down the 9. 4 can go into 19 4 times because 4 times 4 is 16. 19 minus 6 is 3. Going to bring down the 7. 4 can go into 37 9 times. And then I have a remainder, which I would, if 4 can't go into 1, then I would turn it into change. So it's safe to say, how many whole dollars is everyone going to get? If we're being technical, they would actually get change, but we're going to go ahead and say $149. If you did it on the calculator, it says $149.25. I think the word problem should be more specific, but that's just me. So we'll just go with C since that's the closest, and they didn't give us an option with change. Okay. Number 4 is a simple comparing. Sorry, I'm kind of turning it a little bit. It says compare with the symbols, so either less than, greater than, or equal to. So I have 1 3/4 and 1 75/100. If you know 3/4 can be written as 75 cents, they are the same. 5th graders have a really challenging time at times understanding that a fraction and a decimal represent the same thing. So they both represent parts of wholes. So 3/4 of $1 is 75 cents. So I can write 1 3/4 as $1.75, which if you notice is the exact same thing that we have over here. So these values are equal. Now I will tell you a common misconception is I have a lot of 5th graders will choose this one because they see the 7 and the 5 and they automatically think, oh, 75 is bigger than 3/4. And they're looking at the numbers because, I mean, it makes sense. When you were younger, you were taught, 7 is bigger than 3. 5 is bigger than 4. But you have to think about the value as a whole, and you have to understand what the fraction value is as a decimal. Okay? I hope that helped. All right, we're going to round to the nearest dollar. All right, I'm going to draw a number line for this one because I think the number line was helpful for me. So I have $456.89, and I'm going to round it to the nearest dollar. So on a number line, I would put $456. I would put $457. Okay. Oh, I wish you could see that. And then in the middle, I would put $456.50. Does that make sense on a number line? Okay. Now, this person has $456.89. So I'm going to go a little bit more than 50 cents here, okay? So maybe here. So we'd have $456.89. Do you agree that it could go there on the number line? Okay. Hey, Kitty. Kitty's making an appearance. So looking at the mark, what dollar amount is it closest to? If you said $457, then you are correct. Hopefully you did not say $500. You're talking about the nearest dollar amount. The nearest dollar. $1. Okay? I hope that helped. I love you. I will send out the last video tomorrow. And I hope that you guys are doing your work and staying on top of things, but also not stressing yourself out and just really just working at your own pace and doing what you can, okay? We totally understand. Miss Wilson and I love you. See you tomorrow.